Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Titan Quest Let's Play. What a beautiful day. We're going to be exploring this area of the woods now. Last episode we've been fighting some formicids in their underground nest. And now we're fighting Lamias. Now these Lamias are the new enemy which we haven't encountered yet. If you notice, they're actually quite similar to the centaurs in Act 1. You know, they're quite fast and they look like them quite a fair bit, and for the most part they're hunters, you know. For the most part a lot of them use spears and bows with poison arrows. However, we are still getting some which use clubs and, you know, other similar weapons. Let's quickly open this up. There's nothing there apart from a health potion. Okay, so yeah, pretty sure Lamias, like in Greek mythology, Lamia was a monster which was more like a half snake, half woman, who was eating children. But yeah, here they've depicted slightly differently. Depicted, you know, more like centaurs, like I said, it's like on 4 legs. They all appear to be female though. This clan mistress, that's probably like the most powerful type of Lamias. If you see, they actually do manage to deal quite a bit of damage to us. I'm guessing they're like those elder centaurs, you know, the ones which... Yeah, so if you notice, they do use quite a lot of poison arrows, some of them. So poison resistance can be quite useful here. Ours is not exactly terribly high. And we've got some Anteoks here as well, together with the Lamias. Gotta watch out for these Anteoks doing that projectile attack, which deals poison as well, so... Yeah, poison is very useful in this area of the game. Poison and piercing, of course. I mean, piercing, like I said, the moment you start Act 4, you should have piercing already. You know, at least on 40%. We got Creeping Death. Epic Axe. Let's have a look. There it is. Creeping Death. Poison resistance, that's what we need. Offensive ability, attack speed. It deals a colossal amount of poison damage. Well, over 6 seconds though, so not that colossal, I guess. Yeah, it actually deals less than what our current axe is doing. And it causes us to lose, was it dexterity or something? That we couldn't wear those leggings anymore. So yeah, I guess we're not going to be using that axe. It's a pretty nice axe though. But if you noticed, a lot of its DPS is to do with poison, which is the damage over time. And damage over time is not the same as instant damage. So, you know, always take that into account. Right, and here we've got Essence of Blade of Thanatos, which is Act 4 relic, right here. Blade of Thanatos, so it deals plus 3% total damage. And with all 3 pieces we'll have plus 9%. And here we've got Regeneration Shrine, which we're going to make use of it. We're going to fight them while standing inside this Regeneration Shrine. But yeah, the total damage, I'm pretty sure I must have mentioned before in the previous episode, but total damage is basically, you know, all damage combined. So it's not just physical damage or just elemental, it's any damage you deal. It's a bonus to all damage types basically. So although 3% is quite small, you know, it's good because it's total damage. So if you are someone who deals, you know, a little bit of different damage types, like a hybrid for example, then total damage bonus is going to be very useful for you. Now we've got some more camps around here. Some of these camps actually have the Lamian monster heroes, and they can be pretty challenging, the Lamian monster heroes. Yeah, so these camps is inside, like in the middle of the camps is usually where they tend to be. Right. Well, we're managing to just about, you know, tank some groups of Lamias. We're trying to keep them, you know, not have too many of them ganging up at once. Good Cunning of Odysseus. There it is. Gives a percentage bonus to intelligence, so that's going to be very useful for your mages. Not so much for us though, although it can be useful for us. It depends really, because we are a hybrid after all. We do use some storm. But yeah, when you got these, look at that, we're actually getting surrounded there, and that can be quite dangerous. You shouldn't let these Lamias, you know, surround you, because although they're not the worst, you know, monster types in the game, they still, you know, they can hit pretty hard, especially if you've got loads of them on you at the same time. So be careful. It's quite bad to let the monsters surround you full stop, you know, because if the monsters surround you and you suddenly go low in health, you can't escape, you can't get away from it, you know, you're surrounded. That's why don't aggro too many that they surround you. Okay, so there's a little piece there. A few Lamias. Okay, so that should take care of it. Now we're gonna be heading up to the north side of the area, because this is where we're gonna go. Well, here the path splits a bit. To the left, that's where you have to go. See those fire pillars, the ones which, the torches, they're the ones which, they pretty much mark where you have to go. Whilst to the right, that's an optional area, and we are gonna explore it. First, before we go there, there's actually a rebirth fountain very close around here, so we're gonna tag that. See, this is already the aonian ruins area, and we are gonna venture there in the next episode. See, there's plenty of undead here. There's these swamp skeletons, green ones, and these Blightcaster zombies. They actually, you know, they actually soak up quite a fair bit of damage. If you notice, it takes a few hits for them to go down. Right, the rebirth fountain is right here, so you can tag that, and then you can, you know, go and get on with stuff. Because the optional area we're gonna go into, it will require us to backtrack, you know, and backtracking is boring. See these Blightcasters? They actually cast plague on you. The plague that's in a nature mastery. So yeah, and the bad thing about this though is that it's not like any kind of projectile spell. It's like instant. It happens right on you. So there's nothing you can do about it. You know, when they cast it on you, you can't do anything else. So the best thing you can do is to take them down as quickly as possible, because that's pretty much the only thing it takes them time to cast it. Not awful lot of time, but still. By the time they swing their staff, you can just attack them. And here is one of the Lamian monster heroes. So we're gonna activate all our buffs, go into Colossus, and we're gonna tank the shit out of it! Hilaria Stone Runner. She runs on the stones. And that was surprisingly easy, actually. I could have sworn these Lamian monster heroes were pretty tough. Maybe because I'm remembering fighting them on Legendary. I remember I had, I think, a couple of nasty encounters on Legendary. They were really tough. So yeah, just be careful. You know, monster heroes, I mean in Act 4 especially, there's some monster heroes which really take their position of monster heroes seriously, you know. Right, so we've got Shade of Hector here, Essence Shade of Hector, which gives a nice bonus to defensive ability, and it's good to put on your shields. Do you remember in the last episode I mentioned the shield that drops from a Formicids, the rare, which gives the defensive ability bonus, Soldier's Unyielding Will. If you put Shade of Hector on that, you know, you can, because it's a green. If you put Shade of Hector on that, you're gonna get a colossal bonus to defensive ability, because you get a shield and a relic, both granting you bonuses to defensive ability, and really good bonuses as well. Alright, so here we've got there's a dungeon over there, but before we get to it, there's like a bunch of Hydrodons around here. So we're gonna get past these Hydrodons. And Hydrodons, they drop a monster charm, Hydrodon Hide, which, if I remember correctly, gives you a percentage protection from beast attacks, you know, like less damage from beasts, if I remember correctly. And you put it on your armor. So that's quite convenient, because they're beasts themselves. So whenever you fight them, you can find ways to protect yourself against them. Not that they're hard or anything, I mean, they're not too bad. They're really nice, pretty cool looking monsters though. I mean, that's a pretty cool monster design, I have to say. It's like some kind of two-headed mini dragon demon thing. Looks pretty cool. Alright, Great Hall of Propontis. And this is one of the dungeons here in the swamps. And it's not the one which this quest is to do. This quest is in another dungeon. So this is just a simple dungeon which you just explore for loot, really. And there's a lot of these undead here. These lost souls and swamp skeletons. Notice how these undead, they put this like something that looks like a battle standard. I am actually not entirely sure what it does. It looks like some kind of life draining or life leeching thing. I mean, yeah, I'll have to find some information on that. I have been trying to look for it, but haven't had any success yet. If anyone knows what those battle standards do that these undead place down, then please do let me know. So most of these areas just have skeletons, and you loot, you know, find loot in these sepulchres. It's like completely optional area. You don't really have to come here, but any optional area is good, because not only you get loot, but you also, you know, building up your experience. And we are actually really close to the next level up. I like it how whenever you open like chests and sepulchres, the enemies in the nearby room always get aggroed towards you. It's hilarious. It's like, how do you guys know? They probably hear like a sound or something. There's another one of these zombie Blightcasters. Ah. Oh yeah, we managed to avoid him casting plague on us. And that one is trapped. Remember with these sepulchres, they do a clicking sound when they're trapped. See, there's another one. See, there's another one of those battle standards. That battle stand thing looks a lot like a Lemos. It's like a Lemos that has its hands in the air. And stately urban. Stately is actually a good prefix to have on your gear, because that's what it gives. Plus percentage to strength, to intelligence, and to dexterity. To all three main stats. That is a good bonus. We should definitely use this helmet. The only problem is we're losing a lot of piercing resistance, which we incredibly need in this part of the game. So right now we're not going to make this exchange just yet until we find more piercing resistance. When we do, then we're going to make this exchange, because we really need that helmet. You know, we need those bonuses to those stats. So yeah, remember, it's a stately helmet or stately torso armor, whatever. Sometimes those bonuses can be, you know, different, drastically different. You know, you could get a big one to strength, not so big one to dexterity, or vice versa. But usually stately is the one that gives to all three stats. And that's pretty nice how we just place Squall there, right in the middle of the room. Sometimes just one AoE attack just can really sort out everything. See, there we go. A couple of Squalls just cleaned out the room. Although it would probably been even better if we had more points in Squall. Right, so let's just explore. We've got a few more rooms. Right. So just... we've been plagued. Yeah, and these zombies they like to chuck these poison gas bombs all over the place. If you know, it's just... there's quite a lot of poison related stuff in this area. A lot of poison damage being dealt. Oh, that was just so awesome. He just shot himself. Blade of Thanatos. I think it's because they have this shield. See, 15% chance of 51% damage reflected. I think what we've done is that we had some of the damage reflected and that archer just shot himself. So that was hilarious. Right, that's the second piece of Blade of Thanatos. It's pretty lucky. We got two pieces in the same episode. But yeah, that damage reflection, that was just awesome. That was brilliant timing. Right, Persephone's Tears. That's the third piece. You can complete Persephone's Tears. Not getting overly great bonus, just 95 health. It's kind of shit actually. But yeah, let's finish exploring the rest of the dungeon. Alright, just a couple of rooms around here. See, these Blightcasters are starting to get on my nerves. It takes so long to go down. Alright. Oh my god, they put 2 battle standards. Yeah, usually just if you kill the one who placed the battle standard, then you know the battle standard will be gone. It's not gonna stay there. Alright. In fact, this applies to a lot of things in this game. Whenever anyone casts, you know, summons any pets or any other like things like traps, always kill the caster, the one who cast it, and then their pet or and everything else that they've created will disappear with them. Right, I think that was the last room. We've explored the entire dungeon. So we're gonna come out, and we can actually just portal back, you know, straight to the rebirth fountain that we've tagged. And I'm gonna actually just show you on the map which rebirth fountain that is. So we'll stop the episode around here. Alright, so it's basically, it's over there, right in this spot here, if you remember. We seem to have explored this whole area, which is nice. So yeah, I'll see you guys over there by this rebirth fountain in the next episode. Bye bye.